Okay, a really quick, simple penne dish. Now, this is another one of those dishes where you can pop the pasta on, and in the time it takes for that to cook, you're gonna have a delicious sauce. So, into the boiling water, a little bit of oil, and generous with the salt. If you really season the water instead of the pasta, you're gonna get a much better result. So, in goes the penne. And the important thing to do here is to just move it around, give it a little stir with tongs or a spoon, because what happens is that pasta sort of clumps together. So just loosen it up and repeat that process a couple of times during the cooking. Now, to make this sauce, it's really, really tasty. And the main sort of principal ingredient is chorizo. Slightly spicy sausage. You can buy it in all sorts of different strengths. Some of them are really hot. This one's a sort of a mildish version. Now, you just want to peel that skin off from around the outside. Nothing worse than biting into that and having a little bit of that stuck in your teeth. So just really careful to get it all off. Now we're just going to get a little small dice. So into 3, flat on the board, and just dice it up. Now the beautiful thing about the chorizo is there's loads of really nice sort of spicy flavors in there, but there's also quite a lot of oil. So that's going to release and help our sauce. So out that comes. Now, next flavour, garlic. Just give it a little whack. Skin comes off in one go, nice and simple. Pasta's ticking away. Just give it another little stir to make sure none of those pieces are sticking together. Trim the ends of the garlic. Off that goes. And then just a nice fine dice. This dish is all about the speed of preparation. It's just such a fragrant, nice, tasty pasta that you can make during the week, and it's so simple to prepare. So, tiny little bit of olive oil, because as I was saying, the chorizo is going to release quite a lot of oil, so don't be too generous with that. And in goes the chorizo and the garlic. Now, next ingredient, quite a strong, powerful one again, is sun-dried tomatoes. Local delicatessens have bought these out of. Make them fresh, really, really tasty. There's also a video here on Look and Taste that you can go and see to make your own if you've got a little bit more time in your hands. Now, just roughly diced. This is quite a quick dish, so it's sort of rustic with the flavors. You don't need to be too precise with anything, and I'm already getting great, great aromas coming from that. Next, some olives. Green, black, doesn't really matter. I'm using green today. Just give them a rough chop. And in those go. Now it's very important that you sort of control the heat now. It's on a really low sort of medium heat, so all those lovely flavors start mingling together. And now it's time for our vegetables. So I've got a red pepper. Works especially well with the chorizo. Just trim that off. You want to just lose any of those little sort of white membranes inside the pepper. Just run your knife along. And again, rough dice. Now we're going quite small because again, that'll help us to cook the peppers quicker. One thing that annoys me is all the jars of pasta sauce that you go and buy in supermarkets. This is essentially what they're claiming to be, like sun-dried tomato and red pepper. But if you look at this, like we've been prepping this for not more than 2 minutes already, and you're going to end up with such a better product. You know it's homemade. If you're cooking it for somebody special or the person you live with, they're going to appreciate it 10 times more, and it's not that much effort at all. Next thing in there, courgette or zucchini. Just again, running your knife down, and we're going to get a dice. The zucchini is quite soft, and if you cut it into small enough pieces like this, it's really going to cook quite fast. And you want that sort of little crunch on it. Nothing worse than being totally overcooked and soggy. Dice that up. And then that goes. Now all we're going to do is keep an eye on that over a medium heat and just very gently stew it down so as all those lovely flavors of the chorizo, the garlic, the sun-dried tomatoes all mixed together. Should be absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget to give your pasta a little stir And in about 4 or 5 minutes, we should end up with a lovely sauce that we'll be able to finish off with some lovely fresh spinach. Right, so what I've done is I've strained the penne, and now we're going to use a big wooden bowl to just combine everything together. So first thing that goes in there is the penne. Baby spinach, we really don't want to cook it. We want to keep all those lovely nutrients in there, that nice colour. So we're just going to leave it raw, and that natural heat from the pasta is just going to wilt it ever so slightly. So finely sliced like that. In goes all the lovely flavours that we combine together. So your chorizo, your garlic, your olives. I'm going to also add seasoning at this stage, so a generous amount of salt. One lovely last fragrant touch is fresh basil. Now you see the way I just crumple everything together there, the stalks, everything. There's great flavour in there. If you make sure to chop it nice and fine, that's going to be absolutely delicious. And believe me, the aromas that are coming off this pasta are absolutely top class. So in that goes. We're also going to shave in some Parmesan. Now I like shaving it in because that gives you nice big pieces. So they're going to melt ever so slightly, but you still get that lovely strong Parmesan flavour. Using Parmigiano Reggiano today, which is just that slight step above regular Parmesan and really is worth investing in. So generous amount shaved in there. And then we're just going to combine the whole thing together. Literally taking us about 10 minutes to make, the time that literally it takes for the pasta to boil up. Loads of lovely colours. And I would just bring that out to the table and serve it family style. I'm just going to serve myself up a little bowl to try it out. But you plonk it in the middle of the table, lovely glass of red wine with it. Treat your friends, it's absolutely delicious. And all I would do then before serving it is just shave another couple of little pieces of Parmesan on top, and you really do have a top class treat. Just give it a little. Absolutely delicious. Loads of nice flavours from the chorizo in the background, the garlic. Really, really strong. It's an absolute winner. Gorgeous pasta dish.